Lovely viewers, welcome back to your favorite cooking channel. This is Cooking with Abba as always. So we're going to look at some oat cookies. This is one simple oat cookies you can do, and there's a lot of cookie options on the channel as well. So yeah, that's how pretty your oat cookies look. They don't take so much time to do. And I'm going to use a pound of oats. Yes, you could use your quick oats, you could use your whole oats. Whole oats are healthier, just a quick oats are easier and quicker to use. But because I'm going to blend this into flour, whether it's in whole oats or quick oats, you can easily do. So I'd always recommend you use a whole oats. And I have some sugar, and of course a bit of nutmeg, a bit of baking powder, margarine, milk, egg, and banana. Yes, so I added the banana just to sweeten things up, and of course I have some essence, butterscotch essence. You can use vanilla, which always does a trick. So what I begin by doing is to mill my oats into flour. Yes, so for your oat flour, there are lots of recipes you could do with your oat flour. I'll teach you some of them later, like bread, like biscuits. Oats has a lot of things you could do with it. So what I begin by doing is just mixing all my wet ingredients with plus my sugar. So the eggs, the milk, everything went in there at a go. And then I just mashed the banana in there. Unfortunately, my margarine went in there as well, but I wasn't too worried because the reality is the oat flour, you need to mix it properly, So by the time I'm done, everything will melt up in there. That's why I was not too worried about it. But if you're using, let's say, a different flour option, like if you're using something like the wheat flour, the regular flour for baking, and then you also buy but the oat flour you can easily go away scot-free. So you just mix in the oat flour in bits. I'm not going to really use any water in yet, so just the oat flour is going to go in, and I'm going to mix it properly. So you realize that the banana has virtually melted in perfect. You realize the margarine and all those things, they've all gone in there perfect. So that's why I wasn't really worried when the margarine and everything went in at once. But then ideally, when you're blending your oats, just add in your baking powder before you forget it. Yes, and then you mix it. And one thing I need to prompt you is when you mix and it's soft, that's the best, because oats hardens with time. So you don't want to make overly hard cookies. Make sure that the liquids are not less. So you let it rest for like 10-15 minutes. What that is going to do is that the oats is going to absorb the moisture in there and then firm up before you continue. If you do it fresh, it's going to be sticking to your hand and it's going to feel some way. So once it rests for the 10-15 minutes, it's going to be firm and you realize it won't even stick to your hand anymore. Then you do it into circle. Over here, you can just be singing circle, circle, make circle, 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 make circle. And then you can just mold your balls for the cookies. And then you could just, flatten it up. Now to flatten, okay, I used a bit of help with my nephew's small cup. Yes, this Tupperware cup. There's this type which you can just disassemble. Yes, so that was what I used. This orange cup is actually a cup. I just use a base of it. So I'm just using it to press to get my shape. Just find any container, anything which has a cool base and use it to just pipe out those cookies. If not, you could just use a rolling pin to also roll it out. You just go two opposite sides and you're going to get it fine in there. So whether you have something to use to press the shape or not, you always have your rolling pin. If you don't have a rolling pin, get a bottle and use it to do it. It's still safe. You can just use the spatula like I was using here to just do that as well. I'm just going to use it to just smoothen the ones that didn't come out too smooth. And you don't have to grease your pan, yes, because it won't stick to it. So you don't really have to grease your pan. And this is optional. I use a bit of milk at the top just to make it look, nice. But that is very optional. You can decide not to do that at all. Or after the milk, you could just add some sesame seeds and those ones on top. It's also very optional. So this is about our oat cookies, and then it goes into the oven. So after every 5 minutes, you can rotate it. This takes 15 minutes to bake. So you preheat at 280, and then at 180 degrees, you can just bake. You can just bake it. And then once it's done, you realize the base of it is going to be brown, and then you just let it cool up and firm up and become more crispy. Yes. So this is your healthy oat cookies, and it's good for those who want to check their weight because you can lose weight with oats. And it's also healthy. You know, oats are good for the heart. If you've not checked out the benefits of oats, go and check our oats recipe. Fortunately, we have quite a number of them on this channel. So I see you in the next food video. Live life to the fullest. Be merry, be joyous. Lots of love from my team and I. Mwah.